Reliable ABC 7 Storm Track weather.
Next on Good Morning El Paso, one man is in critical condition this morning after he was shot in northeast El Paso. We'll have the latest developments from our round-the-clock news crew.
Also, sentencing beginning this morning in the trial of a mother who was found guilty of injury to her 2-month-old son. We'll have the details in a live report.
Plus, the El Paso Chihuahuas are waking up this morning in first place, and that is not the only first that they're celebrating.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC 7's Good Morning El Paso.
Good morning, El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. I'm Stephanie Valle.
And I'm Hillary Floren. Good morning, everyone. Right now it is 6 o'clock on the dot.
And the dogs are #1. As of last night, the El Paso Chihuahuas overtook Las Vegas for the first place spot in the Pacific Coast League Southern standings.
And if they keep doing exactly what they're doing, they'll make it into the playoffs for sure. This is the first time since May that they've been in first place by themselves.
And they were looking for their 8th straight win last night against Memphis. The Redbirds made a late push for the win last night, but it wasn't enough. The Dogs win their 8th straight, 7-5 the final.
And the boys are in Memphis again tonight for their 3rd game in the series against the Redbirds. So good luck to them. That's awesome. First place, finally.
Yes, wanted to start off with some good news. Now to some hot news with Storm Track meteorologist Crystal Clay.
That's right, the weekend forecast.
Yeah, you know what, you guys are all used to it by now, right? Me talking hot conditions in the afternoon. Good news is, as we've been seeing, it's a nice start to the morning outside. We're in the 70s right now in El Paso. 75 degrees, the current temperature reading at the El Paso International Airport. Our wind speed at 10 miles per hour and a relative humidity at 44%. Over to Las Cruces now, 71 degrees the temperature, 51% for the relative humidity, winds just 5 miles per hour. Expect, like the last few days, that those winds will actually kick up to about 25-mile-per-hour gusts later on. Just saw an update while we were on air here. 68 is now the temperature in Las Cruces. And back to that threat tracker, we are looking at heat, still the main threat today. That's the threat that could affect you most if you're outside in the afternoon. Oh yeah, you're going to want to make sure you're wearing the lighter gear and you've got a lot of water on hand. Rain and wind in the evening will be a threat, but it's a more low to moderate threat. We are talking the possibility of showers. We will take a look at those rain chances with your raincast coming up.
All right, thanks so much, Crystal. And now to round-the-clock coverage. One man is in critical condition right now after he was shot in the northeast part of town. It happened just before 10 last night in the northbound lanes of the Patriot Freeway by Hondo Pass. Police had that portion shut down for hours overnight. It has since reopened. The man shot managed to drive himself to William Beaumont Army Medical Center. No word on any suspects or arrests as of this morning.
In just a few hours, jurors will begin deliberating the punishment for a woman convicted in the death of her baby boy. Good morning, El Paso's Denise Olivas is live with the preview. Denise.
Well, there was no emotion on Lindsay Raddick's face when the judge made the announcement on the verdict. Raddick was found guilty of reckless injury to a child. Police say Raddick and her husband were high on cocaine the night their child died, allegedly strapped to a car seat upside down. It took the jury more than 6 hours to convict her, and it appears that the jury may have had a challenge coming to an agreement. At one point, the jury asked what would happen if they could not come to a decision, but the judge told them the judge gave them more time, and eventually they came down with that verdict. So again, the sentencing phase begins in just a few hours at 8:30 in the morning here at the El Paso County Courthouse. Live in downtown El Paso, Denise Olivas, ABC 7.
All right, Denise, thank you. And now more violence has erupted in Ferguson, Missouri, but this time it entered someone's home where a 9-year-old girl studying on her mother's bed was struck and killed by a bullet. Police say someone fired into the home, killing the little girl on Tuesday. But they're not sure if the house was targeted or if the shots were random. The girl's mother was struck in the leg. The city continues to be in unrest after the officer-involved shooting last week, near the anniversary of the shooting of Michael Brown, which happened last year.
Nearly 2,900 firefighters continue to battle the more than 100 large blazes across the western part of the U.S. And yesterday, firefighters paid their respects to the men who lost their lives in north central Washington. Each victim escorted in an individual ambulance, escorted then by a dozen fire and police vehicles. The 3 victims were part of an elite group that scouts wildfires ahead of the arrival of larger groups of their colleagues. New this morning, an explosion at a downtown Los Angeles building has sent 5 people to the hospital. Fire officials say the blast happened last night in an underground part of a 19-story building. A fire broke out but was quickly extinguished. Fire officials say they believe a building generator was involved.
From our New Mexico mobile newsroom, police arrested a man after a bomb scare at a Las Cruces Staples store. It happened around 6 on the 2200 block of East Loman Avenue Wednesday. Police say 44-year-old Robert Schaefer handed an employee a bag and said it contained a bomb. Police say the bag did not contain a bomb or any explosive device. Police say Schaefer, who is believed to be homeless, handed over the bag and continued to walk around the aisles of the Staples office supply store. He is charged with 1 count of delivering a hoax bomb, which is a 4th-degree felony. Las Cruces Mayor Ken Miyagashima says he understands the Las Cruces community is worried in the wake of the bombings, and that's why he's planning to hold a town hall meeting in the next couple of weeks where he plans to pitch the possibility of installing security cameras around town.
We're wondering if having cameras in strategic locations throughout the city, would that be something there that would help?
Crime Stoppers of Las Cruces has increased the reward now to $15,000 for any information leading to the arrest of whoever's responsible for 2 explosions earlier in the month. There's a catch, though. At Calvary Baptist Church, the explosive was put inside a mailbox. Debris flew more than 60 yards away. Later that morning, an explosive went off in a trash can as well at Holy Cross Church. But the catch is the deadline for the reward is September 18th. Investigators are doing this to prevent any tips or leads from going cold. The FBI is also offering its own reward of $20,000.
And now it's time to take a look at the TxDOT traffic cameras this morning.
This is a live look at I-10 and McRae. The time 6:07. I-10 and Hawkins also looking good out there. It's a good time to hit the road this morning.
And there is still more to come here on Good Morning El Paso, like the latest details from the mine waste leak that contaminated the water of several western states.
Is the EPA downplaying the dangers that still linger?
Plus, cases of West Nile spiked in El Paso in recent days, and now there are reports of more cases in Doña County.
And there are reports of some changes to our forecast. Crystal Clyde standing by right now with that. Good morning.
Good morning, and I've got that report. We're going to take a look at chances of rain increasing and temperatures falling coming up after your break.
Thanks, Crystal. This is ABC 7, where news comes first.
Our dogs are at their best when they're free, which is why we created grain-free Blue Freedom. Formulated with the finest natural ingredients, starting with real meat, it's free from grains and glutens. Set your dog free with Blue Freedom.
Going back to school shopping is exciting. We walk into the store, 3 children, 3 different directions. My daughter loves stylish clothes. My boys are very rough and tough. I go back to school shopping at Burlington because I know it's going to be great prices. They look great, they feel great, they'll do better in school.
How fast are Allegra gel caps?
Their fun shouldn't wait fast.
My girlfriend got a new puppy fast. For your toughest symptoms, non-drowsy Allegra provides noticeable relief in just 1 hour, 2 times faster than Claritin.
Ready to hit the road fast.
Not just fast, Allegra fast.
Americans, 83% try to eat healthy, yet up to 90% fall short in getting key nutrients from food alone. Let's do more. Add 1-a-day women's gummies, complete with key nutrients we may need, plus it supports bone health with calcium and vitamin D. 1-a-day VitaCraves gummies.
Welcome back at 6:08. The Environmental Protection Agency says that over 2 weeks after a mine spill, contamination in southwestern rivers is diminishing. Yet officials in the affected states believe the EPA is downplaying the dangers of its mistake. The long-term effects of contaminated river bottoms are the latest concern now. Sediment samples collected from the Animas River show levels of lead and thallium. Officials see these poisons as a potential harm to drinking wells and river wildlife.
The West Nile virus has 3 New Mexico residents in the hospital this morning. 2 women from Doña County and a Valencia County man have been diagnosed with neuroinvasive disease, a serious form of West Nile. There have been 2 other cases of West Nile in Valencia County this summer, a 12-year-old girl and a horse. Health officials say cases of West Nile are more typical during August and September, of course, when more rainfall causes higher mosquito populations.
And of course, the risk is still there because we still have rain in our forecast.
Exactly. Absolutely. Still have rain in our forecast. Remember, monsoon season officially doesn't end until September 30th. So although we've had a little lull compared to July, we're not out of the clear yet. Let's start with a look at a beautiful shot of our sunrise from yesterday morning. Sunrise currently happening outside. So if you happen to have a good photo on hand, you can send it in. Weather at kvia.com. This is a gorgeous shot, one to show off that Renee sent in. This is actually out at the El Paso International Airport, so you're seeing an airplane wing here if you're curious what that is. And then you see the sun just breaking the horizon. Today in our morning, we are actually a little warmer than yesterday at this time. Remember, because of the cool front that passed a couple days ago, yesterday morning things were a bit lower. 5 degrees warmer in TRC, 5 degrees warmer in El Paso, 10 degrees warmer at the Pass, and 9 degrees warmer in Alamogordo. We're at 77 degrees officially there right now. 72 in TRC and 68 in Las Cruces, El Paso at 75 degrees. Clouds and radar map, not a lot going on out there. There it is, some very spotty light green on radar indicating maybe some light rain hitting right around far east El Paso County and into parts of Hudspeth County as well. You also notice some spots of rain that are moving near Carlsbad. And here is a look at our hourly raincast. Chances of rain dry through our morning. Then we move into your afternoon. 1 o'clock, still not expecting any rain showers. By 4 p.m. though, we bring in that 10% chance of rain. That isolated 10% chance of rain starts to increase. 6, 7 o'clock, start to see the possibility of some scattered showers at 20%. We keep that 20% chance of rain around through 10 o'clock. And from 10 o'clock on to about midnight is when we'll see scattered showers possible before it drops down to 1 a.m., 10%. Okay, now let's talk about your future track rainfall model. The model's not really going for it. We moved through 6 o'clock tonight, notice just 1/100 of an inch near Deming. Everywhere else indicating drier conditions outside. We move along through the night into your Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Model giving us a little bit of rain in Las Cruces. You see the green indicating some, excuse me, spot areas of rain possible. And we are going to be in the drier end of things. Now 99 the temperature today. Saturday we're at 96.